What's up, Sooner Nation? Happy Thursday night. Sooners softball just get the uh, run rule against the BYU Cougars, 8-0, where they hit a 3-run bomb to end it by Sydney Sanders. Kelly Maxwell goes the distance, pitching 5 innings, just gym-like performance. One hit, only allowing 2 runners on base, striking out 5, I believe. Great outing by Kelly Maxwell. And the Sooners put some bombs through those 5 innings with Jada Coleman starting it off with the 3-run bomb, Cassidy Pickering in the middle with the home run, and then Sydney Sanders ending it with her 3-run bomb, Hunter. And Sooners score 8, a number that I think Sooner fans would be happy with. I think going into the 5th inning, Sooner fans are probably wondering, well, what's going to happen? And I do know that I did say they're going to run roll them here in the 5th, and that's what happened, Hunter.
Yep, I was talking to you right before the 5th. I'm like, I don't know. Really need to run roll in this game. You got Chloe Temples in the circle for BYU, their ace, but 14 ERA. You need to be able to get runs off of her. And going into the 5th, I mean, it's 4-0. It's looking like the Sooners might have to play a full game. No run roll, but then the 5th inning happens, bottom of the 5th, you get Pickering with an RBI, and then 3-run bomb from Sid Sanders. Back in Love's Field, a little bit more of home runs that you're accustomed to in Love's Field. 3 of them tonight between Coleman, Pickering, and Sidney Sanders.
Yeah, and for most Sooner fans, I think it's really encouraging to see Sydney Sanders end it with that, because you could argue that she's been in a slump. How much of one? I mean, a slump for some of the softball players maybe isn't like someone who's in a major slump in major leagues, but Sydney Sanders has not been near what she was during that stretch, and obviously she wouldn't be because that was a phenomenal stretch. But to see her end one and send one to the moon was great. And Burrito struck out a couple times, but man, what a play. You speak of Sydney Sanders. Burrito made a great play on third base, and Sydney Sanders completed the play with the up and tag at first, something that probably goes underappreciated to Sydney Sanders at first base and what she means on the defensive side. But tonight, she does it both with the bomb to end it.
Yeah, Sydney Sanders does not get the defensive respect she deserves at first base. Phenomenal play tonight. And that's one thing is, yeah, the Sooners have been slumping offensively, but defensively, they've been making some really impressive plays. Seems like every single game you're talking about Alyssa Burrito over at the hot corner making a nice play. Tiare Jennings, Jada Coleman, just probably the best hitter in the country right now and best center fielder in America. So, yeah, Sooners defensively have been great, and you saw that again tonight. And maybe this is what the Sooners needed to kind of catapult them through the rest of the weekend. Against the BYU rotation that's not impressive.
Right. BYU's rotation is not impressive, but something that probably is impressive, or at least their strength at BYU, is the bats. They can put runs up. They got 3 hitting over 400, I think. And listen, for Kelly Maxwell to again throw out another shutout, 5 innings, not allowing really the BYU team to get anything going at all, only allowing 2 runners on base. Kelly Maxwell, Hunter, is solidifying herself as the ace. And this is really true for the Sooner staff across the board. People are being very critical of them if they allow 2 runs. Okay? Listen, if they allow 2 runs the rest of the year, OU should go undefeated, because OU should always score more than 2. They just didn't against Texas. But Kelly Maxwell threw a gem tonight.
Yeah, Kelly Maxwell, you mentioned it. 3 hitters on BYU batting over 400. Those 3 hitters tonight were combined 0 for 6. Did not reach base. Kelly Maxwell shut them down. The only hit she allowed was to Lacey Owens, who is a very talented hitter, batting 387. So got to give props there. But, yeah, Kelly Maxwell has been very impressive. Last, I believe now, 4 outings, you only have the 2 runs against Texas in that game 3. Very impressive stuff from her. And as you mentioned, Sooners pitching staff is giving up 2 runs. There shouldn't be a game that they lose. We did see it this past weekend down in Austin where that was the case. But, I mean, going forward, you would have to imagine that 2 runs or less allowed by pitching staff wins you every single game.
Yeah, and talking about the hitting, Hunter, Jada Coleman arguably is probably uh, hitting the best right now on the Sooner club. Sydney Sanders gets back today with 2 hits. Cassidy Pickering had 2 hits with the bomb. So they're coming around. Now, what they're going to want as this season progresses is 6 or 7 at their best. But when you have this many at the plate that can hit dingers and that can be consistently doing good at the plate, it helps. And today it was really the three of them, Coleman, Pickering, and Sanders. And honestly, Hunter, that's really all you need. But they had others get on base. 2 3-run bombs. That's the difference. 2 solo shots, not as good. But to have runners on base, get 2 dingers with 2 on base, that's 6 runs right there. So I think getting runners on base, they didn't kill any innings with base running errors.
Well, they did one. Maya Bland caught stealing second. Didn't kill the inning right there, but still, that would have been because Torres walked right after, 2 runners on, 1 out. Maybe the big inning you need at that moment of the game in the 3rd inning to where you're not having to go to the bottom of the 5th. Maybe you get those 4 runs that you need for the run roll at that moment. Just continues to be an issue where Oklahoma has gotten so aggressive on the base pass, but it's not paying off. So at what point do you need to just kind of give up that aggressiveness to kind of give yourself a better chance to put runs on the scoreboard?
Exactly, Hunter. If this team was a team that needed to try to manufacture some runs or bunt someone over, I'm all for it. And we heard the strength guy say they're going to be intentional about stealing more bases, but you're right. It is almost too big of a risk with the bats they have. They have too many good hitters. They're not going to manufacture runs. That's not what this team is about.
Yeah, I don't think it really fits the play style. Now, small ball, I mean, baseball has the slogan chaos. That's kind of what they were known for a few years ago. Yeah, if that's your brand of play, do it. It seems like it's been almost a failed experiment at this point. It's just been so aggressive and so many, not tonight as much of a mental mistake, but you've seen it with just the aggressiveness kind of getting out of hand to where the mental mistakes are happening. The fundamentals are not being executed at the level of which they should be.
Yeah, and this team's brand is not that. This team's brand is hitting bombs. Tonight, they get 3 bombs and win going away 8-0 against the BYU Cougars and run rule them in 5 innings. Kelly Maxwell with the gym. Thanks again for watching the content here at the Sooner Surge. If you're not subscribed, do so. We'll see y'all tomorrow for Game 2, Sooners against BYU. Appreciate it. Till next time. Boomer.